Hey, what's going on, everybody? Keep them almost in full color, and today we begin JRPG Appreciation Week. This is going to be an annual segment. This is this year's annual segment. All right, we're going to start with Ni No Kuni 2. This year we're going to do some games that you probably have not heard of. Last year I kind of did bigger name ones. This year I'm going to give you some uncut gems, and we're going to start with Ni No Kuni 2. All right, so Ni No Kuni 2 is a phenomenal game, and before I even show you really gameplay, I wanted to start here. This is Evermore. This is your kingdom. You play as young King Evan. And young King Evan is setting off on a quest, and that quest is going to try him. It's going to try him in ways that he doesn't even know yet. And this right here, our kingdom, this is what we're working for right here. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful segment. I love this thing. You have so many different places in here. We have an armory, weapons workshop. We have an armory, outfitter. We have a weapons, or a spell casting development center. Over here we have our barracks. Over here we have our higglery. I'll explain that a teeny bit. We have a hunting lodge. We have farms, and what these people will do is they're gonna get a lot of materials for us. So, you know, whole milk, at the farm, maybe a pig skin, things that we'll use at the outfitter, at the weapons facilities. That's what's gonna be, pretty much developed here. We have our King's Cradle. This is for our Kingmaker. And for those who don't know, every place has a kingmaker, and it's just part of the story. It doesn't mean a whole lot to you right now, but this is another facility, and you see I could level up that facility. We're actually gonna come over here. I'm just gonna do something cosmetic, really. So right here we have Aranella Square. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna level this up, all right? And what that's gonna do for us is really nothing, actually. But you're gonna see that this place, boom, looks a little different. We got a fountain in the middle now. So it's beautiful. Aranella Square has leveled up, and you see that my kingdom's influence has now become greater. Our influence out there in the world is more. Now, as you see, I have some people who are doing some research for me, and they researched this ultimate resource gathering. And what that is going to do is make sure that my people who are getting these mats for me are doing it at the ultimate level. All right, so pretty much cut and dry there. Now, when we do go into research, certain things require certain things. So, in order to get ultimate research boosts, you need to have people who are skilled in these things. Now, I know what you're thinking, Keith. Well, you have these kingdoms, or kingdom. You have these people all sprawling about. Well, how'd you get them here? A lot of these people come off of side quests. There are tons and tons of side quests that you can do. And a lot of these people I got off here out of a side quest. I did something for them, and now they've come to the kingdom just to be a part of the kingdom because they rock with me. You know what I'm saying? Outside of just leveling up things and whatnot, especially, you don't have to do this stuff. You could actually just play the game and not really invest a whole lot into this, right? So why invest into it? Why do it? Let's go look at our weapons facilities right now. Our weapons facility is gonna allow us to do a lot of stuff. If you look at the top right, you're gonna see a base product quality. My base product, whatever I make, is gonna be higher quality versus if I go buy it out in the wild, and the weapon development cost is going to be 50% less. I mean, why not? Now granted, this took some time, this took some research, this took me, gathering people here to get this to be done. But if you put in that work kind of early game, it's really going to pay you at the end game right now. So much stuff I can make here via weapons. Armory is going to tell me about the same thing. And if I come right here to my general store, all right, you can see that those are the level materials I have right now, and that's in the top right. And we're gonna actually come back out really quick, and I'm gonna show you through the overworld map of this. I'm gonna go to my facilities. You know what? I'll just cursor over to it, and it'll tell me on the left hand side. You see I have product lineup, which is a level 3. The medicines are a level 2, a little lacking, but my discount is a level 2. So you'll see that I'm getting more bang for my buck by using my home base versus going out in the wild. And we're gonna level this up again, and this is gonna give me even better stuff. And my discount store looks a little nicer. You know what I'm saying? It's looking a little nicer out there. They boosted their lineup of materials I can get. It's amazing. It's great. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build some things. Just rock with me here again. If you look at the very top left, you're gonna see I have 46 of 65 buildings, and I have 48 of I have 48 of 50 people. I have 50 people total. but 2 of my people are idle. They're not doing, I haven't gave them a job yet. So a lot of these people, you will have to give them something to do. They just don't go do it on their own. You assign them their own spaces, you know, like the Giver would. The one who's read The Giver, I salute you for knowing that. But actually, this is kind of boring. We're just gonna go level up my King's Cradle. Something I wasn't gonna level up with you all on cam because it really is gonna do nothing for me. Well, it will in the sense that once this is leveled up, it will allow me to access different level ups for this part right here. So in order for this part to be leveled up, I gotta level up that. It's weird. Once you do it, you'll see it. A lot of it is done, I believe, just to keep you busy, because they do throw the King's Guilders. So there's your regular money, and then you got King's Guilders. You use your King's Guilders for your facilities and for your research. Your regular money is your regular money. So your regular money is not to be used here. This is strictly King's Guilder money. All right. But with that being said, we're going to pop out of here. And another beautiful thing, I mean, you can go, you can talk to your people, you know what I'm saying, seeing how they're doing, see what their morale is like. You know, a lot of talking to people will lead to additional side quests that will allow your people who live here to bring other people in. So another good reason to talk to your people is that they'll recruit people for you. It's just a matter of you know, talking to them, seeing what they need. You could just run out of there. We could have teleported and fast traveled out. The game is amazing in terms of that. As soon as you get the game, you're there, you're ready to fast travel. At this point in time, I have this, you know, you'll get it, don't worry. But we are going to fly. And as you see in the overworld, we were little chibi peoples. Okay, we were cheebs. All right, actually, let's look at the map real quick so I see where I'm flying to. I am flying. Where am I flying? Wait, where? Auntie Margaret's. All right, I think I know where I'm going, but anyways, we'll see. Oh. All right, we're flying. We're going nearby a place called Auntie Margaret's. Once I find it. But are you, Auntie? All right, Auntie Margaret's is right. Need the place I want to go. All right, so as you see, we're little chibi people, you know, just the cheebs doing chibi things. When you're out here in the chibi world, you know, you got to run up on somebody. Now, right now, these things are level 5, so we're just gonna go beat them up. But at level 5, you know, they're not gonna run up on me. They're gonna try to run away from me. So we have to run up on them, and this is kind of what you see. Ni No Kuni 1 got chastised a little bit for being seen as like a Pokemon ripoff. Like everybody was, you know, oh, you know, you guys are just trying to take from Pokemon, and you're taking that style. And I guess Ni No Kuni 2, they're like, you know what? No, we're tired of hearing that. We're gonna hit you guys with something different. And they definitely have gone to a more combo-based free roam platform. And it works beautifully. It's really cool. So when you're in a dungeon, you look more like this. When you're in kind of these areas, if you're not in the overworld, you look a little more like this. And again, they're not gonna mess with me because they're under level, so they don't want that type of smoke. But if, you know, I were to just walk in, I guess I will just walk in, we'll just start it. But square is your basic attack. Die. Triangle, you're heavy. And you can mix square and triangle, you know, boom boom. If you hold R2, only if you're on PlayStation, it's gonna bring up your skill wheel at the bottom right hand corner, and that skill wheel will allow you to perform one of those moves, whatever you hotkey to it. That's triangle, square, X, circle. So you R2 triangle, it's gonna do a move. R2 X is gonna do a move. Just whatever you hotkeyed it to, that's gonna happen. All right. Now, one other beautiful thing. Hey, we're going in. One other beautiful thing is that every weapon that you have equipped, you have 3 of them equipped at once. And you're going to see this in the top left-hand corner. Of mine, I have 3 different swords. One's at 35, one's at 18, one's at 15. Now, once I get those to 100%, that move, that R2 triangle move, it changes. Once that weapon hits 100%, it'll change out and do something beautiful. Okay? You want to kind of save your skill moves because you can't just spam them all the time. So you just want to save them out to do real cool moves, because a lot of times those come with a stun or something to that effect. Always want to be ready for doing some cool stuff. All right. It's also just an effective use of your points. Right now we're in a place called the Dreamer's Dungeon, and I wanted to take you out into the Dreamer's Dungeon because I think this is a really cool, really cool area in terms of the concept of it. The concept is that you're in the labyrinth and that you need to find your way out of this labyrinth. You have no way to pull up a map in here. You can't do anything. You're just here. All right, we're gonna talk to a little homie, and okay. So sometimes you meet people in these and they ask you questions. Sometimes they just give you stuff. It's just luck of the draw. But I felt like this was a really cool area because there is no map. You're just kind of trying to traverse through. And if you look in the you look at the type. Jeez, I can't talk today. If you look in the top right hand corner, you'll see that there's a danger level, and every time that level goes up, the level of the enemies in here go up. So there are idols in here as well, and those idols you can actually pay tribute to. If you look right below that danger meter, you'll see a 6, and that's how many of these little orbs I have. Now the more orbs I have, the better in terms of opening up chests in here, but also the more orbs I have, the better in terms of paying an idol tribute so that they can lower the danger level for me. Right? Your idol can only be used one time, so you find one idol, you can only burn that idol once. You have to find a different idol to do it again. But this is a really great thing. I think it was really able to, or is going to be able to really help me showcase a little bit of the gameplay, so you kind of see how it is and how it feels, and you would understand why I kind of feel like, well, why this game lines up with me personally. Alright. Y'all. I am playing on the hardest difficulty that you, or I'm sorry, I'm not playing on expert, I'm playing on hard. The reason why I would not recommend expert to anyone is because once you're on expert, it's not even that the AI is still the same. Things are just tanks. Like what will take like a 2-minute fight with these things will take like a 8-minute to 10-minute fight depending. And it's just like, you guys are just tanks, and it's just normal ads. I kind of see no point in a normal ad taking that long. It's just a waste of my time. But I think hard does give the perfect balance of difficult yet fun at the same time. So moving on, if you're in these dreamer mazes, make sure you break open these little pots because they always contain good stuff, especially healing orbs. The healing orbs are great because you don't want to burn up your heals in here unless you really need to. That's another great thing about the hard difficulty. The expert difficulty makes it even worse. So, I mean, if you're really a glutton for punishment, you can do that. However, in battle, I can come right here, and as you can see, I can only use one of the swordway. I can only use 3 of these total. I can only use 5 of those total, so on and so forth. So you'll see you only have a limited usage of your heals in battle. So this is crucial, especially when you're in boss battles. Like, it's like, yo, I need to definitely monitor my heals, how much of my heals I'm using, because I'm not trying to get caught in a situation to where, I need it and I ain't got it, right? I want to show you all something called the Tactic Tweaker. Now, once you kind of know your enemies, you'll know what's what. So, we're going to come down to our Tactic Tweaker. Our Tactic Tweaker allows us to do many things. At the very bottom is the one that I expect into first and foremost. This one allowed me to make sure I got what I wanted prioritized in battle. So I prioritize XP and I prioritize armor and weapons, all right? So if you look, there are sliders on there. So at the very top, you'll see a person, yay. And then you'll see a person, or you'll see a money bag, okay? So you got your money bag, you got your yay, all right? You got a little hexagon, and then you got the armor and weapons. And as you see the slider, I put to go towards what I prioritize. So the slider is towards the armor piece on the bottom right and the bottom. Well, right bottom. However you want to look at that. And you'll see the person saying yay, getting XP is prioritized. The top left and the left, all right? So that's not to say I'm not going to get money. That's not going to say I'm not going to get materials. I am going to get those things, but the amount I'm getting is not really all that great. The other two, however, I'm getting in abundance. But the real thing, before we fight anybody, I want to show you is, depending on how you are and depending on if you want to mess with this a whole lot, it does make it easier. But you can come into your tweaker and you can set up what it is that you want to be able to do more damage towards. Do you want to do more damage at the top towards slimies, or do you want to do the damage towards more solid foes? Do you want to do damage more towards reptiles, or do you want to do them against was it beauty or I'm sorry, reptiles or plant foes? Do you want to do damage more towards beastlies, or do you want to do damage towards beautiful? So we're gonna do solid and beastly because he looks solid and he looks beastly. So we're just gonna go right into it. But that tactic tweaker is great. I highly encourage anyone who plays this game to abuse it and use it, especially with your spoils. So you could dictate what spoils you get depending on where you're at in the game. Maybe you're farming somebody, you need to turn the materials up. Do that, all right? It's gonna really help at the end of the day. But playing on hard and playing on expert gives you a bonus modifier to getting that. So if you're playing on hard or you're playing on expert, you're gonna get a modifier for it anyways. But without further ado, let's work. All right, so Mossy Monument is here, and right now I'm gonna do my R2 move. I'm gonna do it once. No, as you see, it's a cross slash, right? All right, and then I'm gonna do my circle. Boom, you see that little wave that comes out, and I'll end it with my square move. Just gonna do that. Now, if I go back with my triangle, you see he only does one cross. Doesn't do anything else, just one cross. As you see, it didn't go. He didn't come with the overhand, or he didn't come with the overhand. He just came with the cross. So that's how you see that 100% in action working for us. Okay, thank you from my red dream. That's gonna do it for this. Ni No Kuni 2 is a awesome JRPG. I had thoroughly enjoyed this game. I hope that this is giving someone some type of peak of interest into it, especially with Ni No Kuni Crossworlds coming out and being out and people loving it. So to kind of get some background history on it, you don't really need Ni No Kuni 1 for this. If you want to jump straight into 2, you definitely can. It's just only background information that you got in Ni No Kuni 1. So definitely would say, hey, Ni No Kuni 2, you don't need 1. Jump right into it. It's a more of on the hack and slash side. There are some combos you can pull. So be ready for that. Great cast, great voice acting, great artwork and art direction. Game really hits on all notches, and it has aged very, very well for coming out. I think it came out 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. But aged very, very well, very beautifully. And you can normally catch it on sale during like PlayStation's Days of Play or things of that nature. They normally have this game running on sale quite often for about $11, which is a great point to get in at. All right. But with that being said, stay tuned. We have more JRPGs coming this week. So with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace, be easy, be blessed.